Good afternoon from the home health track. Good evening, rather. Once all the shock it wore off of me getting given this, and I will not claim to be the most knowledgeable guy when it comes to BMX. Like, I know about some stuff, but I don't really know a whole lot. You know, I know a little bit about riders, but not a whole lot. I've just always focused on the bikes, building the bikes, and just riding. You know, I'm just a regular rider, man. I don't know much. But what I've been given today is not only I thought that was the coolest thing, like the coolest gift I'd ever been given, but what my friends have let me know is apparently, let me step down here for a minute. Now, pink wouldn't be my first choice, right? Wouldn't be my first choice at all. I like green and I like white. And you know, red's pretty cool. But what I learned today is apparently, and I didn't know this, the pink, and this isn't my opinion, this is what I've been told. The pink is the most sought after one. I mean, if you're watching this and I'm wrong, tell me which color is the best one. But as I have all my build videos for all my bikes, and not all of them are here, but I always have a part one, and this is going to be part one of my 1987 GT Pro Freestyle Tour. Fellas, you're looking at the pink Pantera. That's the pink Pantera, buddy. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's what I'm naming my damn bike. And this will be the bike I ride at the Rad Ride. And again, I don't claim to know a lot. I got a few friends that I'm lucky are a little older than me, but know a lot more than I do concerning this. And I mean, we'll just take a good look over at how nice and clean, and oh my, I'm seriously humbled by being given this, and I'm deeply, deeply honored. I'm gonna take the best care of this, and I'm gonna keep this as original as possible. I'm still gonna ride it, and I'm gonna bring it to bike shows. It's not gonna just sit somewhere where no one sees it. But I mean, yeah, even though I don't care. It's still usable. It's still original. It doesn't matter. You know, it's just a piece of BMX history. And I said that, you know, the difference between a restoration or a really nice bike and a piece of history is the amount of originality. That being said, there are a couple of things I am going to have to address to get it what you want. Start at the top, shall we? Of course, we got to get some grips, but as Jason has let me know, these have been repainted. See the button on the locks? Never has paint on it. And you can see there's some paint in the springs on both sides. Well, they'll see a little bit better on this side. I gotta deal with that. And yeah, it's uneven and a little thick, I think, for how little scrapes it's on here. I think those I could send to be powder coated by a real pro, somebody that knows what they're doing and can make that beautiful. And again, I'm not going to do that to much of the bike. That's just this to get it back to original. We look over the whole bike, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm not doing much to this bike at all. I'm going to keep it as original as I can get. Of course, the cables, the gyro cables and the brake cables, I was like, oh, I'll just get some repops. And of course, Jason, who is one of the most knowledgeable collectors in all of Canada. I'm lucky he's the guy I ride with most. He's my bro. And he's like, no, you're putting OG cables on your bike. Okay, so you got to get that done. I'm not sure if this was... No, I think that's original still, that is. But this here was I can feel it. It wasn't painted badly at all, but I can feel that spin. So Jason can probably get me an OG one of these. Like same year, same everything I want. As well as the pegs should be chrome. They're not supposed to be painted. That they're not. In the rear rim, I don't know what it is, and it's got an array on the front. That's another incorrect thing. These are supposed to be Yukais, so a painted white rim with the Yukai decals and a polished braking surface. So that's the only things that are incorrect about this bike. Everything else, and I mean, I'm not gonna touch anything else. I'm just gonna clean it. I mean, sure, there's marks on it, but this is, yeah, I'm not messing with any of this. I don't have to. I don't even have to pull those cups out. I just have to clean and relube with the bearings. And this is actually, no, that's original too. Yeah, original paint too. But yeah, the crank arms. The crank arms are just gorgeous, man. There's no nicks in them, no gouges, no real scratches. And of course you're going to see the pedals. Oh, you could refinish. No. I'm not going to refinish those. I don't care. That's original, dude. Are you serious? It would be a shame to refinish those. The fork standers are good original stuff. And, it'll just maybe dip some of this in oxalic acid so the rust comes out of it and the decals stay, nice. The paint stays nice. I'm not going to repaint or retouch nothing. You look at it and it's just, it's in really good shape. I don't care if it's got a couple of little weed dig. That doesn't matter to me. I don't give a rat's, what. Anyways. And, of course, this is peeling a little bit. That's okay. It's still original. As we work our way down to what we got to fix. Oh, of course, the chain. Oh, my friend, we're saying there's a specific chain. I'm going to need brakes as well for the back. So that is one thing that's missing. Now, you know what I'm going to take as a serious compliment today? Because my buddy Jason, who's like, I have nothing but a high amount of respect for the things he collects and his opinion on bicycles, said something to me today. And I don't want to take this as a point of pride at all. But he said that he would easily trade his Hutch Trickstar, 1984 Hutch Trickstar, and the Dyno Team Slammer, the Pac-Man peg bike, the one that's in the back. He's got one that's wants $1,500 for it because it's so nice. It's Carpet Queen worthy. He'd trade me both of those bikes for this right now, and he understands. I can't do that, dude. That would be so disrespectful. 835, 836, 837, 838. Anyways, guys, that would be the first part of my 1987 GT Pro Freestyle Tour. Just a gorgeous bike and a great. I'm honored. Oh yeah, look at this. Something about how old these old AMEs are. Look at this. This is gross. It's literally it's like gum, like chewing gum. Worse, Play-Doh almost. I gotta find a way to get that stuff off. There's gonna be no saving those, and that's cool. These are thick donuts, whatever. But I'm never gonna have donuts that thick on it. We'll see. It's gonna cost me, because again, even though I've been given something beautiful, that doesn't mean I'm off the hook. I've got to put money into something like that. I got to make this what it should be. I've got to treat this bicycle with the respect it deserves, because again, the man wanted to restore it with his son, and his son passed away. And that's what happened. They brought it to Bowcycle and said, please give this to somebody who will know what it is and will really appreciate it. And it's a deep honor to have been thought of, to have this bike. The fact that Ryan said, I know a guy ready, like, and he thought of me immediately, even though I've got a humble collection, man. Like, my stuff's not worth, it's nothing. This is worth more than all my stuff sitting here. And it's not even a whole bike. And I'm going to try to shoulder that stewardship and that honor. Sorry, this video's ran on for a while, but I'm not the kind of guy that gets nice stuff like that. You know, my life doesn't work that way. I've had to work very, very hard for everything I have. You know, I got very lucky with my wife and my car. You know, but anyways, I really appreciate my friends at Bowcycle. And I really want to find out what this gentleman's name was, because I'd like to give him a hug and a handshake after I fixed a few things that need to be fixed, and say, you know, I helped restore, or I restored this bike back to what it was meant to be. And I will always love this bike. And I'm never going to sell this bike. This is going to be with me. And when I'm dead and gone, my wife, I guess, will be able to treat this like a nest egg. And I just tell her, okay, well, my suggestion is give it to one of my friends. First and foremost, give it to somebody who's going to appreciate it and take care of it. You know what I mean? That's first and foremost. The second is, if you can find the same person, one of my friends, who's willing to give you a few dollars and take care of it, that's cool too, because well, let's be honest, my wife's gonna just inherit a bunch of fucking bicycles and a car. It's not a lot, maybe a bunch of tools. I'm not a man of a lot. This is just... Anyways, guys, I'm not gonna go off on how poor I am. I'm going to go off on the fact that I had just been blessed with something truly special. And like I said, I've been told that pink was the most valuable one. Okay, I'll take your word for it. And I'm stunned that my friend Jason was that impressed with this. Like, really, I'm flattered. I didn't need the validation or anything, but you know, when another bicycle collector who you have nothing but a lot of respect for gives you his honest opinion and gives you a huge thumbs up and said, you know, I came over, I was hoping I could buy that off you. Like, I would have got a chunk of money off of him, but I'm not going to do that, because that would be disrespectful to the memory of the boy that passed away, and to his father that donated this bike to go to somebody who deserves, because I'm never going to part this out. Some fucking piece of shit out there would get this, and you're literally, and you could make a friggin' fortune if you parted this out piece by piece. You could, but that would just, that would be a desecration of BMX history. And I'm not gonna fucking be a part of that shit at all. I don't give a rat's ass how much money I would make. I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. I hope maybe one day my legacy will be something like that, and somebody would never know my name or my face and never remember who I was, but maybe one day they would truly appreciate something that I had in my hands long after I was dead and gone. And again, that's the point of these things. Whoa, hey, easy. I think that one's getting jealous, not getting enough attention. Anyways, I've yapped way too long. Almost 15 minutes. From the home hell track right here in beautiful Northwest Calgary, Alberta. Thank you to all my friends out there. Stay rad now.